Bulginaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing.
In this bulletin, Commission receives numerous complaints from USP. Parents need to monitor children's social media. And School of Nursing overwhelmed with enrollment.
From the studios of FBC Suva.
And Robinaka, Fiji. The Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission says it has and continues to receive numerous complaints in regards to the University of the South Pacific saga. Commission Director Ashwin Raj says this comes after the route to the Department of Immigration and the Fiji Police Force on the 4th of February. This was the day Professor Paul Aluwalia and his wife, Sandra Price, were deported. Raj says this was done to ascertain facts on the circumstances in which they were detained and subsequently deported, and in particular the allegations of manhandling as well as allegations made on social media.
We had to write to relevant authorities, these authorities being the Department of Immigration and the Fiji Police Force. Now it's imperative that we hear from them. And we will only make a statement once we've heard from them. We will not be pressured by politicians. We are going to do what the Independent Human Rights Commission does. We will investigate these, we will raise those questions, those allegations to the authorities, and we will then issue a statement.
While more research needs to be done on the link between social media and sexual violence committed by the younger generation, Save the Children Fiji believes it has its pros and cons. A rape analysis carried out by the Fiji Women's Rights Movement reveals that the age of the perpetrators and the victims are getting younger and younger, which raises the question of what influences children to carry out such acts. Save the Children Fiji Chief Executive Shairana Ali believes there is a growing need for parents to become more vigilant.
Social media has both its positive and negatives, and obviously, you know, if used in a constructive, positive way, it has a lot of benefits. What we do recommend for parents and for communities is to ensure that they're supervising children's online activities.
The Electoral Commission has recommended that the Fijian Elections Office to have a full list of polling venues confirmed 2 years before the writ can be issued for a general election. The Commission made submissions to the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Justice, Law and Human Rights, which is considering 3 bills to amend Fiji's electoral framework. The Commission suggests the law be amended so that the Supervisor of Elections identifies the physical location of all polling venues and submit the list for approval by 30th June every year.
This amendment provides that SOE with an approved list of venues to register voters during the election period, election cycle. The political parties which will have conclusive idea on the number of venues on the annual basis.
In an effort to promote savings, the people of Kadavu have been undergoing multiple financial literacy programs. Rokutu Kadavu Kition Rembebu says there is an enormous increase of economic activity on the island, and it's crucial that villagers know how to prioritize their income. Kelly Badala reports.
Business involving the sale of yagona and fresh produce is at an all-time high in Kadavu, and villagers are being educated on the management of their finances.
There's quite a amount of cash traveling, flowing in Kadavu, increasing price of kava, people selling their produce.
The Rokutu Kadavu says some villagers are not aware of the savings culture, therefore they need to be reminded.
In a way, we've been having a financial literacies in almost every communities, promoting savings.
The Kadavu Provincial Administrator adds their main focus is not only on improving the livelihood of villagers, but to also ensure they're responsible with their money.
The mainstreaming of financial advice and also financial inclusiveness to our local community here in Kadavu.
The launch of the Vodafone M-Pesa QR on Vuni sale over the weekend also contributes to the savings initiative. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
Fiji is branded as one of the frontiers serving in the United Nations peacekeeping mission. This was the statement by former peacekeeper Soweto Rangambedi, who now enjoys life in his home island of Mode in Laos, having served in 12 missions. Apenisa Wangarundowo reports the United Nations is embarking on a mission to document the stories of over 40,000 Fijians that already served under the banner.
Sobea Turangambedi says having served as a UN peacekeeper was rewarding, and some of those memories are still fresh for him.
My first mission was to Lebanon. I went there 4 times. I have to say it was challenging, but I enjoyed it, especially serving with soldiers from all over the world. The bond we made with people was the highlight of my career.
When asked what stood out from his mission, Turangambedi says it was unity.
I believe it was unity that enabled us to serve well, and I have brought it with me on my retirement in 2013. Here in the village there are issues affecting us such as climate change, but I always tell the villagers, unity will get us through.
UN Resident Coordinator Sanaka Samarshina says they want to ensure Fijians like Turangambedi are recognized for their service.
I embarked on this initiative to document their stories, and I said we will write a book, and we will also maybe come up with a film, a documentary.
Sanaka says more than 50 Fijians had paid the ultimate price working under the United Nations to bring peace around the world. He adds it's only fitting that stories of these Fijian heroes are recorded. Apenisa Wangarundowo, FBC News.
Waves of diseases emerging in Fiji and the region has prompted the Fiji National University's College of Medicine, Nursing and Medical Services to modify some of its approaches. College Dean Dr. William May says they've put together new approaches since mid-2020 to ensure students are equipped with the skills to deal with these diseases when joining the workforce. Dr. May adds the college is reviewing some of its policy to accommodate online learning, particularly for students who are unable to attend classes at its various campuses.
Prepared to deliver online. You will recall that last year we switched to online learning for half of one semester. So we've learned the lessons, and we're prepared to to re-offer some of the courses online this year.
Up ahead, villagers proud of son's achievements. And FNRL unveils future plans. Stay with us.
Oira na ngone no de nuni ena be singa ni mataka.
Mersusunga da kena loma dina kena bikaron.
Sakena ngau na mitaro bina no rabaksa ngai ka wala loma taki na ngone. Dalabina oya o meliki.
Bulre oya o Samuel Samuli.
Nama kikirau ena be mataka.
Boniti kena magrombuka.
Ni wai tiri kalima na miniti me ono kina tiri na kaloko. Ena Radio Fiji One nandomo ibiti.
Indaw kina na mataka dan ramai na singabo.
Welcome back. Cyclone Siasa and Ana may have uprooted many things on the island of Mothe in Laos, but still standing firm is this island's pride for its homegrown heroes. On one of the remotest islands in Fiji, its 2 villages, Nassau and Korotolu, is home to some of Fiji's most revered national reps in boxing, rugby and cricket. Aquila Dhama visited Mothe recently and files this report.
The recent cyclones may have destroyed homes, but the memories of these sons of Mothe are still hanging proudly in the villages of Korotolu and Nassau.
I thank the players for giving their lives for Fiji and making the people of Mothe proud in boxing, rugby and even cricket.
Former Flying Fijians Naimbuka Vuli and Tuapati Talemaitonga, 1997 World Cup Sevens winner Inoke Marewai, boxer Sunia Dhama, along with cricketers Tayone Mbatina and Tayone Dhakadhaka are from Mothe. 2011 and 2015 Flying Fijians hooker Talemaitonga is the pride of his family.
He is very much helping out our family and relatives at the moment, and it began from the time he started earning from playing rugby professionally until he wore the national jumper.
Some of these Mothe stars have passed on, but there are now plans to have a special place in the villages dedicated to them. Aquila Dhama, FBC Sports.
16-year-old Ayush Aman of Moenoweni College is coming to the 2021 Coca-Cola Games this year, aiming to win school's first gold medal. The Moina-Weni native is still relishing taking part of the school's inter-house yesterday, where he ran in the 100 meters event and participated in the high jump as well. This was the first time the school hosted its inter-house meet at the ANZ Stadium in Suva. Without the proper facility at the school, a youth Aman had to compromise with the resources available and mainly run through the rugged terrain in Moina-Weni to keep fit.
I don't have proper track shoes. No proper ground in our school. Here we have proper ground, proper tracks, good for field event.
Women's cricket has progressed tremendously compared to when it started last year. Starting off with only 6 teams, Cricket Fiji has now grown to a total of 14 participating teams, with majority of the players being school students. Talima Terrakula reports.
Cricket Fiji says they have also noted major improvement in the skills of its players.
It's heating up. They're on to their last round of pool games before they go into the quarterfinals. It's the first time we've ever had a formal women's league.
We have seen a huge improvement, especially in skills. And this, for now, coming into this new year, we are just doing general preparatory work.
This is credited to the high-performance unit training conducted since last season.
Using the bowling machine, this is usually normally used with the men's team, but now we are training it up with the women's, and they are basically improving their batting as well.
It is a positive indication, particularly with the Women's World Cup qualifiers to be held in September.
The same team will be picking a women's squad for trials after their finals, and a squad will be picked to prepare for the Women's ICC World Cup qualifier.
The players will undergo trials after the Easter Games, which begins on the 26th of April. A team will then be selected for the ICC Women's World Cup qualifier in Samoa from the 3rd to the 8th of April. Talima Terrakula, FBC Sports.
We can expect a generally fine day and expect some showers of some of the major centers from the afternoon towards the evening. There's a slim chance of isolated thunderstorm. That's FBC Morning News. Join us at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For news you can trust, get the facts from FBC's TV, radio and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj. Take care and good morning.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही हैं।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हमसफर। शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर।